I started an online children's bookstore, all while having a toddler and being pregnant with my second, and this is how I did it. So right now I have two daughters. My eldest daughter Mariam is about to turn 2 and my second daughter Hajar is a month old. And I think by now we can all safely assume that my eldest is absolutely obsessed with books. We have been reading books with her since she was very young. I'm an avid reader, so I really wanted to introduce my daughter to books. Even till this day, sometimes I can't even say the word book without her running to go get her books, and she thinks it's reading time. But seeing her love for books just warms my heart. And also, reading time became my favorite time of the day, obviously, as I love reading as well, but also just watching her fall in love with books and seeing her mind grow and her imagination grow as she starts to understand what's happening in the story. There's so many different benefits to reading. If you want to learn more about the benefits of reading, you can check out my Instagram, because I do like a whole carousel on Instagram about the benefits of reading, and you can even try and introduce your children to books as well. If you are here because your child is also an avid reader, welcome to the club. I so love to know that other children are also enjoying books, and so that is where this idea of Kidlit Co came from seeing how amazing it was to read with my daughter and wanting to share that experience with other families. My husband was the one who suggested that I start writing books, but I never really saw it through. It was just something that was cooking up in my brain, ideas of stories that I would like to write, books that I would like to create. But you guys know, as a mother, you don't really have much time to develop a company, let alone write books for that company. So it was just something I never seriously considered. However, what was on the top of my priority list was obviously my role as a mother and being a good mother to my daughter. And so as she started growing older and her interests started changing, she needed more attention, she needed more entertainment, and I had a second one on the way. I started to realize that I have a few pain points and problems in my life that needed solving with regards to my relationship with my daughter and being a mother. And some of those problems lied in her interests were changing, so she needed more stimulation to be entertained. When it came to screen time, I did want to be very intentional about that, and so I could see that she still needed a lot more stimulation to be entertained as she was growing older. And because her interests had changed, it wasn't necessarily my interest, because remember before that, when she was younger, you could kind of just do anything with her and anything would be interesting. So whatever I was interested in, I just did with her, and she found that interesting. Luckily, books was the one thing that stuck with her, and I started to feel guilty about it. Like, I just wasn't interested in playing with her anymore. It wasn't stimulating for me intellectually, so I found myself getting bored a lot. And I think she could pick up on this, because she also kind of got bored of me, and I felt very guilty about that for a while. But then I realized that my husband, he enjoyed playing with her in a way that she liked to be played with. They become more interested in gross motor play, things that release dopamine, like climbing things and jumping off of things and running around. And remember, at this time I was pregnant. I did not want to be running around and jumping around with my daughter, but luckily my husband had the endurance for that. And that's when I found research that supported that said that oxytocin, which is the bonding and love hormone, is released in fathers and children when they play. However, the oxytocin is released in the mother and the child when they are in a comforting role, nurturing, calming space. And so that made a lot of sense to me, because the reading was like my thing. That was when we were calm, we were cuddling in bed, we were reading together, and I loved that. My husband does not enjoy that. So I think we just started to take those roles, and even now I do reading time and he does the playtime. And the reason why I also felt guilty about it is because I knew that children learn best through play. So I wanted to also play with her, but I just wanted to play with her in a way that I was also entertained. So that was the one little pain point that I had that I needed to kind of fix. Objective number 2 was trying to find something that I could do for homeschooling. Homeschooling has been something that I've always been interested in, even before having children. So I think I always knew that I wanted to homeschool. I just didn't know how I was going to go about it. So I did want to introduce homeschooling in some capacity, or some kind of structure where we were learning every day something new, and also make it play-based and fun, and make it a sensory experience as well. I was really lost at this time. And even when I tried to find resources to help me, like maybe with a homeschooling curriculum or ideas of how to start homeschooling with your child as young as 2, I couldn't find much. I didn't find much information on, because at this time she wasn't 2, she was about 18 months old. But even for like from 18 months up until maybe 3-4 years old, sometimes even, there's not many resources for children that young, which makes sense because they don't really learn in a structured way from that young. They learn more through play. When I went to the shops to find maybe a workbook of some sort, I couldn't find anything that was for her age, number one, and number two, anything that was durable enough for her to be able to use, because the only things I did find were coloring books, and the coloring books were made of thin paper, and if you know your toddler, you know that they are messy, they are rough, they are wild, which they should be. So you kind of need something for their age that is durable, sturdy, thick, hard paper. I started asking other moms who homeschool what they do with their toddlers of that age, and they also said that they don't really have a curriculum for that age. So I did see a big gap in the market when it came to this particular age group and, you know, any kind of structured activities for them. Also, even though I didn't want it to be too structured, I did want it to be play based, but I also wanted to have some structure, because around this age, when they start to go into that 2-year-old phase of their life, you know, they start to have these big emotions that are chaotic and wild. And I found that Mariam also craved structure, because I realized that when she did have a structured routine around her days, it would become predictable, so her emotions would be less volatile. And so that is why I wanted to still have some sort of structure, but also make it play based in a way that is conducive for her learning. So these are all the problems and the pain points that I was having at this time. And then I stumbled across this Instagram account called Learning with Novin, and I saw that this woman was doing these worksheets with a toddler. She was drawing them out by hand, and her toddler was the same age as Mariam. And she kind of structured her worksheets around a letter of the alphabet, a number, a color, and a shape. And I thought that was kind of cool. So I tried to do that so that at least I have some kind of theme going on with the worksheets, right? So I started drawing these worksheets out by hand. I would use the same structure of a letter, a number, a shape, and a color, but I would just, make it my own and make it a worksheet that I know that Mariam would enjoy. Most of the skills that's needed, messing with paint, sensory things, stickers, picking up and putting down stickers, those kinds of skills are what they're learning at this age. That is more what I was focusing on when I was creating the worksheets, but I just used the letters and the numbers as like themes. So I drew these worksheets out by hand, and I found that she really thoroughly enjoyed them. She actually started to request them every day, so it became part of our routine. And there was one point where I felt like maybe it was a bit too structured, and I didn't do the worksheets for about 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, I kid you not, those tantrums and those big emotions came out way more, and they were just a lot more volatile. She was a lot more up and down. That's when I realized that the worksheets really helped as a component in her routine to help mitigate that. It was kind of like I had unlocked this secret power, and I was just so excited to share this with other parents and toddlers out there that might have been struggling with the same things that I was. And so I got to work creating the workbooks on Canva, and I would work through the night, through nap times, whenever I had a free moment. I put my heart and soul into these books. my daughter is awake from her nap, so work time stops. Yeah. So it's currently 10 to 10. Now the house is clean and the food is cooked. Everybody ate and my daughter is in bed asleep, alhamdulillah. So I'm getting to start for the evening my work. I'm just very tired. I don't feel like doing it, to be honest. I'm super uncomfortable. I'm like heavily pregnant. I'm 34 weeks pregnant, so I don't have much time left before I don't have the time to finish this project. So I really am on a time crunch, at least for myself, in my mind, mentally, because once the newborn comes, my focus will be elsewhere. So I have to finish this project. I have to get it done. It's freezing cold here, but I actually have literally nothing to complain about. I shouldn't be complaining because it's a really huge privilege to be able to even think about starting a business, let alone having the tools to be able to do it right there. So I have to take this opportunity and give it my all. And complaining about pregnancy, come on, that is also it's like my favorite blessing that Allah has ever given me, alhamdulillah. And complaining about the cold, I literally came out of our shower and I have electricity and a beanbag to keep me warm. So this is my motivation now for myself to get started and make the most out of this opportunity. So now I have actually finished one of the books. I think there's about 8 books in the series of toddler worksheets. The series is called Tiny Scribblers. So now I'm going to begin the long editing process to try and make sure that everything is perfect before I order a sample print of at least this one book. I do plan to release the books, you know, maybe in pairs of 2 and as I finish them. But yeah, finally finished with at least one of the books. Okay, so you guys, I just finalized the front cover for the 24 to 28 month toddler workbook, and I love it so much. It's so cute. That's what it looks like. And then we've got this workbook belongs to, which is the inside of the front cover. Let me just explain to you guys the story behind this. So I did base it on my daughter Mariam. So she's like pretty well known for her long curly black hair, and she's got some red in her hair as well. So that's like one of her identifying features that everybody compliments her on. And then she's also really obsessed with this pink bunny that my friend got her. So I decided to incorporate the bunny in as a sidekick for this little cartoon character. She'll be the mascot for the entire series, the toddler workbook series, because, you know, Mariam is the reason why I'm doing this. And it's just it's so cool to see, like, actually in front of me. It makes me feel like I can actually do this, like I can actually pull this off and start this business. That's crazy. So in each installment of the series, based on the months, I will have her doing a certain activity that is developmentally appropriate, or a developmental milestone for that age group. So at 24 to 28 months, they would know how to sort blocks by color or sort objects by color, and so that is what I made her cartoon character doing. Yeah, she's sorting out the blocks by color. You guys, I have here in my hands the very first sample of my toddler workbooks. But wait, let me just drop you guys down. Look at it. That is what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? It's actually in my hands. Oh my word, this is just a sample, so it's not perfect. There's actually a lot of changes that I want to make. Like for example, the inside pages, they printed on normal paper, even though it's supposed to be printed on like 160 to 180 GSM card, because obviously the toddlers are going to get very messy and some pages require you to paint and stuff, so I don't want the pages to bend or curve. But yeah, this is my little toddler workbook, and there's Mariam and her bunny. But the covers came out actually perfect. The covers are printed on the thick glossy card that I wanted, so that's very nice. And then on the inside we have like this little cartoon of Mariam, and then that's what the back looks like. So we still have Mariam over here. This is the description, and here is my experts and their reviews, but they didn't send it in yet, so I did send them the manuscript, and inshallah they will send me their review soon, which I can print here at the back. And I'm still going to get a barcode from the government to publish the book. And then this is what the inside of the back cover looks like. It's got all our social media, so this is so cool. The only thing though is also some of the printing, the colors are not what I want it to be. Like for example, this is the color purple. I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't like look like the purple that I want it to be on the when I edit it on my computer. So I either have to go back to I will have to go back to the printers and ask them how I should edit it on my side, or if they could like fix it on their side, or if the color will come out differently on the card, because I need it to be more distinctly purple, you know what I mean. And also they didn't like cut it properly. There's this white border around the edge that I don't like. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be right on the edge. So yeah, so it's just like small inconsistencies that I still have to sort out with the printer, but it still looks really good, and it's so nice to actually have it in my hands. There's some little blotches here as well, so we'll definitely sort that out. They did say that it is a sample and I can obviously make adjustments as we go. But also I wanted to show you guys what I got, because I just got back from the shop and I finally found the perfect packaging for the books. You see, they are going to come in a branded book bag, because I did want to make something that was travelable, especially since I'm targeting homeschool moms, and moms will probably use this the most during the holidays with their kids, because now their kids are not at school, so you have to like entertain your child. And so if you're on holiday, if you're going on a road trip, this can travel with you in the book bag so that it's protected by the book bag. So that is why the book bag is very important, and it'll be like Kidlet Co branded book bag. So I know that I definitely need this to be in a box when I'm packaging it to be delivered, because it needs to be protected. I don't think it's going to be protected in a plastic bag. And also plastic and bubble wrap is just so not environmentally friendly. So I was looking for so long for boxes, but most of the boxes that I found that will fit this size is like this thick. So I would have had to get paper shredding and stuff to fill the box so that it doesn't like lug around, and I didn't want to spend so much money on packaging. I didn't want to increase the price of my product just because of packaging, you know. I would much rather spend that money making sure that the product itself is of good quality instead of the packaging, because people throw away the packaging. But branding is important as well, and customer experience when opening the packaging is also important. I want the customer to have a good, excited experience opening the package, and so I wanted it to look nice, but I also wanted it to be cost effective. And those big boxes were just not, I was just gonna need to fill it up with too many things. So I was really struggling to find, but then I got this. Isn't it so perfect? Look at that, look how thin that is. It's literally the size of an A4 document, So with this, I don't have to fill it with anything, which, don't have to spend all that money on unnecessary costs. It's eco-friendly. So the book just fits perfectly right in there. I took it so many times in the shop and it's just like perfectly preserved in this box. So this is what you're gonna get in the packaging bag, the sleeve that the courier company gives. The book is gonna be in the book bag, covered in the tissue paper, just like for a nice little touch. And then I'm gonna have like a thank you sticker, a logo sticker, and a packaging sticker to seal the box as well. I was also thinking maybe a stamp on the box, like maybe over here. I can see how much that will be. I don't think it'll be too much. And then also I found these. These are plastic pouches that are resealable. So they're kind of like Ziploc bag. And this will be for the stickers, because the books, they come with stickers that the kids are going to paste in the books. So this will be like the sticker pouch where I will package all the stickers in, and then at least they can reuse this bag for the stickers. Okay, so I just wanted to walk you guys through what's happening now. So it's the night before my launch day, which is crazy. I'm actually very, very nervous now. I'm just finalizing everything on my website because we did our photo shoot today, which was super fun and super exciting, but kind of also not, because all three of us are sick. Mariam is actually in the best shape out of the three of us, but Salman and I are like, and so it was a lot. And it's still a lot, and I feel very overwhelmed at the moment, but my website is coming together nicely with all these pictures. I also have my email workflow set up here as well, so that's the welcome email. If somebody decides to opt into my email list and subscribe, then they'll get this series of emails that will just introduce the brand and the company and create a little community that we want to go for here. So that's also exciting. That's ready and everything. And also what happened today is that I got my final sample of my toddler workbooks. So here she is. This is the final book, and it's so beautiful. I love this giant binding. They did say it was a mistake, but I actually really, really love the look of the giant binding. It's very kid-like, which goes well with the book. And the paper on the inside is finally like that thick quality card that I really want and valued in this little book, because obviously the toddlers need to be able to mess around with it and stuff.
Kidlit Co has officially launched. So a few weeks has passed and I have a newborn and a toddler running around, and my business is officially up and running, launched. People can order books right now. So we do have 3 variants out. We have the 20 to 24 month, the 24 to 28 month, and then the 28 to 32 month books out for pre-order. So if you would like to get your hands on these toddler workbooks, go onto our website at kidlitco.store and place your pre-order now. Before the 26th of October, you'll get these books at 10% off. And if you sign up with your email on our website, you'll get an extra 5% welcome discount code as well for this particular pre-order. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Feel free to follow us on Instagram as well and share the account with other moms and tots that you know that might enjoy these books. So I just wanted to show you guys what comes in the package when you do purchase one of these books. So when you purchase one of our toddler workbooks, you do get the workbook itself packaged in a protective book bag for on-the-go fun. They come with a pack of stickers that the kids can use to complete the worksheets. So go and sign up with your email and get your discount code now and pre-order before the 26th of October. I hope you enjoy. And seeing as how these books have become such a principle in my daughter's routine, I just really wanted to share that with the world, and I'm so excited that it's actually out there. I hope you guys like and enjoy it. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. In our next video, we're going to be running through ways to get your children to love reading. So definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when that upload goes live. I just wanted to say thank you to all the support that we've gotten so far, and also remember that I would also love to use this platform to give others the opportunity to sell their work as well. So if you know any local authors that are wanting to sell their children's books, please do send them my way. And we can also get them up and running on the website as well. Anyways, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.